I lived that 80s era, and Larry Bird was one of the greatest three-point shooters that's ever played this game. Fuck percentages. It ain't about that. It's about hitting big shots.
Larry Bird wasn't just a competitor, he was a commander on the court. While many players play the game, Bird controlled it with authority, making sure everyone in the arena knew who was running the show. Every move had purpose, every shot carried attitude, and every opponent felt the pressure from the moment he touched the ball. Crossing him was dangerous. Those who showed even a hint of disrespect didn't just face tough defense, they faced Bird's mind, his toughness, his cold-blooded confidence, and his legendary trash talk, which could rattle an opponent before the play even started. The tension was palpable in the locker room, visible on defenders' faces, and impossible to ignore whenever Bird sized someone up on the floor. He had a rare ability to make confident players doubt themselves, turning each possession into a statement. The shot clock wasn't merely counting down, it felt like a countdown to Bird proving someone wrong. Some players tried to brush it off, while others learned the hard way. Disrespect Larry Bird, and your pride could vanish in front of the entire arena on the very next possession. This wasn't about experience or status. Hall of Famers and rookies alike felt the same pressure. Bird was always smart, calculated, and ruthless on the court. John Salley remembered one encounter vividly. Bird received the ball on the wing, calm and confident, eyes locked on the defense. Salley thought he could hold his ground, but Bird leaned in and loud enough for nearby players to hear asked, "Do you have anybody else guarding me?" Salley froze. That wasn't just trash talk, it was a warning. Bird didn't hesitate. With a quick dribble and a slick fake, Salley was caught flat-footed, and Bird rose up smoothly to sink the shot.
And I get in, Chuck Daly has me starting one time, and Larry looks around and goes, what's up, Sal? I said, no. He goes, you on me? I said, yeah, I got size on you right now. I've been watching every move. He goes, y'all not double teaming? And he's looking around. He goes, yo. I go, nah, it's just me, fella. He goes, mouse in the house. Mouse in the house. And they change the play. And he catches the ball. He does this. And he shoots it. He says, Sal, you better ask for a double team, bro. I got 2 quick fouls because I'm smart like that. Yeah, he was, and he was always in shape, and he hated.
After sinking the basket, Larry Bird simply shook his head and smiled, then told John Salley he should have asked for a double team. There were no shouting matches or wild insults, just sharp, precise trash talk that cut deeper than loud words ever could. Bird highlighted mistakes and punished them instantly, turning every possession into a lesson about timing, confidence, and respect. For Salley, that moment became unforgettable. Facing Bird wasn't merely a basketball game, it was a test of pride and awareness. Shawn Kemp, who would later become one of the league's most dominant big men, admitted he was nervous facing Bird early in his career. Before one matchup, a magazine ran a headline calling Bird washed, questioning whether the Celtics legend could still dominate. Bird took it personally, and Kemp found himself caught in the middle of the response. From tip-off, Bird appeared laser-focused. Kemp later recalled that every stare, every move, every pass felt like a message.
What was this for you?
This was my first year.
Oh, okay.
And that day, that morning they came out with a USA Today article, and they said that Larry didn't have it no more. So he came out that night to make a statement, and I was just the prime candidate to be Before the game, he told me, he was like, he just shook his head at me. He said, man, it's going to be a fucked up night for you.
So what did he put up?
I think he gave me 46.
By the end of the night, Larry Bird had poured in 40 points, dictating the tempo, attacking every mismatch, and reminding everyone of the disrespectful headline questioning his abilities. Each basket felt louder than the last, and every play carried the same message: don't doubt Larry Bird. Shawn Kemp later reflected that the lesson wasn't just about scoring, it was about combining skill, intelligence, and pure competitive fire all at once. Guarding him that night felt less like defense and more like survival, and Bird made it unmistakably clear what happens when someone questions his greatness. Meanwhile, Jamal Mashburn recalled another lesson about respecting Bird during a Dream Team scrimmage. A teammate had made a careless comment about Bird's jump shot, which at the time sounded like routine locker room banter. But Bird didn't forget a word. When the next game came around, he stepped onto the court with a noticeably different energy, as if on a personal mission. Every movement was sharp and controlled, every play calculated. Bird commanded the floor, managing tempo, spacing, and the overall flow of the game with precision. Defenders tried to adjust, but he always seemed one step ahead, turning the game itself into a lesson on respect, preparation, and competitive dominance.
They ass up, and then something happened. We're sitting there, and we get back to the hotel. Rodney Rogers says something to, it's a group of them. It's Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and everybody's shooting the shit. And Rodney Rogers said, "Hey Larry, you ain't hit a jumper since '84.
Larry Bird's dominance wasn't limited to one spot on the court. It came from everywhere: the wing, the corner, the top of the key. Nothing looked rushed or forced. Every basket carried the same unspoken message: question my shot and you'll see the consequence. Mashburn recalled standing there as Bird methodically took over the entire game. It wasn't about loud celebrations or bragging. It was calm, deliberate domination, possession after possession, a constant reminder of who controlled the floor. By the end of the night, Mashburn said everyone in the arena understood one thing: if Larry Bird heard you doubting him, he would respond in the only way he knew, right on the scoreboard. Isaiah Thomas echoed similar sentiments about Bird's intelligence on the court. One of the gravest mistakes a team could make, Thomas explained, was assigning the wrong defender to guard Bird. He wasn't talking about reputation, he meant skill and basketball IQ. Bird analyzed defenders like a chess master studies the board. Thomas remembered a game where a smaller, lighter defender was tasked with guarding him. At first, it seemed like
Harry used to always call me Cheesy, right? He's like, "Cheesy, who guard me?" And I was like, I got Kelly, I got Lem, I got Benson. He's like, "You ain't got no brothers?" He's like you. He's like you.
Disrespecting me.
That's what he said.
Straight up.
That's exactly what he said. He said, "Hey man, you can't put no white dude on me."
Hey, bro.
That is straight disrespect, right? He said, "Don't put no white dude on me." So check this out. So the next year we come back, I said, "I got somebody for your ass," right?
Yeah.
He said, "Who you got?" I said, "Robin."
Isaiah Thomas noted that Larry Bird didn't need to shout or celebrate to assert his dominance. Players guarding him felt it instantly. His strength, accuracy, and above all, his mental edge made him a constant threat. Bird's control wasn't wild or chaotic, it was calm, calculated, and devastatingly effective. Thomas emphasized that putting the wrong defender on Bird wasn't just a small mistake. The scoreboard would expose it immediately, and the entire arena would witness it unfold. Robert Parrish recalled another moment that highlighted Bird's fearless confidence, this time before a game against Tom Chambers. During warm-ups, Bird leaned in with his signature calm demeanor and said, loud enough for nearby players to hear, that the only person who could guard him was God. Parrish remembered thinking it wasn't a joke, it was a clear challenge. Chambers was talented, athletic, and confident, but once the game began, Bird executed every word. From the opening tip, he controlled the flow of the contest, dissecting the defense piece by piece.
And so in the jump ball circle, Larry walked through myself and Chambers, and then came back and told Chambers, "I know you guarding me, and I want you to know something. There's only one man that can guard me, and that's God." Now think about that for a second. Think about the confidence in the area.
Whenever a defender made even the slightest mistake, Larry Bird pounced, whether it was a quick cut, a smart pass, or a smooth jumper. Tom Chambers,
shooting the three-pointer, and then I call a timeout, and they didn't count the three-pointer. So he's very upset with that, so I diagrammed the play. He says, heck with the play, Case. Give me the ball and tell all the rest of the guys to get out of the way. I said, shut up, Larry. I'm the coach here. Okay, all right. Then you should take the ball out, give it to Kevin, and you throw it to Larry, and everybody get the hell out.
On the very next possession, Larry Bird caught the ball and immediately took command. The game seemed to slow down exactly as he envisioned it. Remarkably, Bird reportedly even told the opposing bench what he was about to do, and then did it anyway. Coach Casey Jones later described the moment as a perfect example of Bird's leadership and elite basketball IQ. He didn't need loud speeches or dramatic gestures. His presence alone demanded respect. From that point on, everyone understood that when Larry Bird said, "Step aside and give him the ball," the smartest move was to comply, and the result consistently proved him right. Years later, Dennis Rodman sparked debate with a surprising comment, suggesting that in today's NBA, Bird might even end up playing in Europe. At first, it sounded like criticism of one of basketball's greatest legends, but Rodman clarified his point. He explained that the modern NBA emphasizes explosive speed, constant athleticism, and positionless play, whereas Bird excelled with patience, precision, and timing. Yet Rodman argued that Bird's strengths, court vision, leadership, and ability to control the game's flow